Oh, there you go. It's out the way. Let me see. Try to adjust this a little bit. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. I got one person in the house, which is good. Two people in the house. Hey, how you guys doing? I just wanted to talk today about survival takes strength. I mean, we all talk about survival. We all talk about, if SHTF happened, and like I keep telling you every time, you're going to keep hearing this until everything is straightened out. We're in the middle of SHTF, and right now we are surviving. And, it takes strength. It's hard out there because, see, a lot of us are not used to just being in the house and just sitting around doing nothing. A lot of us, we like go dog go. We in a go world. I mean, transportation is fast, cars are fast, people are moving fast, everything is fast. But now we had to virtually put a stop on everything. I mean, everything is at a slowdown now. Let me say hi to some people in the house. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Detroit Prepping. Hey, Free Handy Maid, which is Nisi. Hey, Shaky, my grandson. How you guys doing today? Okay. So today, like I said, I want to really just let everybody know, let everybody know that survival takes strength. And I mean, you gotta be ready because it's not gonna be easy. You're gonna face some real difficulties because right now we at the beginning of a new year, 2021, and I can't tell the difference. I can't tell the difference from 2021 to 2020 because it's all the same. And before I go really deep into this, I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, very good friend of mine. I consider him a brother. His name is Aaron Orlinger. He's down by Dayton. And he just released this 14th video yesterday. It's called Eating and Prepping Very Cheaply. It's very good video. It's an excellent video. I watched it yesterday. He doesn't have a lot of followers. He only been at it for a year. Like I said, he got 14 videos. But if you get a chance, support his channel. I told him I would give him a shout out today. I do that to people. I give him many shout outs as I can, especially the smaller channels. Like I said, he has 198 subscribers. Hopefully after this, he might have over 200. But yeah, he's a very good guy. He actually owns his own import company, and he's a survivalist. He has his own company. You can get anything you want from him. You can get knives, guns, water. I mean, he supplies that. He has his own company. Matter of fact, for those of you in the Dayton, Columbus, and Cincinnati area, and probably I guess that'd be Northern Kentucky. You might see him this weekend. He'll be at the Sharonville Convention Center for the C&E Gun Show down there. That's another brother from Ohio, a Buckeye. Shout out Aaron Imports. That's what he'd be under if you happen to go down there and you need some ammo and stuff. Hey, Hoot all holler in the house. Hey, Michael Farmer. Hey, and Anaki. Let's see. Yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to touch base on survival. It takes strength. I mean, you guys can talk among yourselves. You haven't met each other. Everybody here, I think, is friends because most of these are the same people that I talk to every day. And Michael Farmer, let me say this to you. Man, that was hilarious yesterday. A lot of you know who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about because they went live yesterday. And that was hilarious. I think Nisi, Gail, and Michael Farmer, they were up there and they were doing a good thing. Okay, he had a giveaway yesterday. And I like to say, hey to Tony, our cabin in the woods. And if you don't know Tony, you should get to meet Tony. Tony's a very good person. I mean, you need to subscribe to the channel. If you don't, like I said, most of the people that's on here, they do. But I'm gonna say this, so if anybody go back from that not subscribe to me and watch my channel, they could watch it. You know, he got a dog named Willow, and a cat, and a deer, you know, and a goat. Not just deer, some goats, some cats, some chickens. You know, he's a real homesteader. You know, he built this home from scratch too. Matter of fact, Tony, which is our cabin in the woods, you and Niecy should talk. That's freehand. Excuse me. Y'all should talk because she's in the cabin too. That's built basically from scratch, and y'all can share a lot of ideas and stuff like that. Trade secrets, I guess. Let's see. Michael Farmer say yes. The next giveaway is about some stuff on your video, so check out the next one. I will. I try to make as many videos and stuff that I can. But like I say, when you get you'll find out when you get close to and over 1,000 subscribers, it's gonna be very hard to watch a lot of videos the same day that they happen. You're gonna have to be playing a lot of catch up, which I do. I play a lot of catch up. I'm still like 3 or 4 days behind a lot of people videos, but I'm catching up. Let's say, how do you hoop? So basically, I just wanted to talk a little bit about things. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this video because there won't be time to get ready. You know, there won't be time to get ready. You have to be ready now. That's all I'm gonna say. Basically, that if you're not ready now, you won't have to get time to get ready because things are about to change and with this weather. And you know, if you live in New Jersey or New York or anywhere along the coast, you know, like Connecticut and Massachusetts and the places up there, even down in the Carolinas, y'all got hit with some wind, some waves, some snow. I mean, it was a mess, you know. Even in Pennsylvania, they got hit with so much snow. We got hit with snow, but not like they did. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, 65 million people was impacted in this last one, 33 states. And like I said, I watched the weather because we have no control over the weather or what's going to happen when the weather goes bad. Hey, Homestead Aquarius, how you doing? Let's see. Hey, Aaron, the Aaron Olinga. Everybody, if you haven't had a chance to meet Aaron Olinga, like I said, subscribe to his channel. You won't be disappointed. Like I said, this last video, he was talking about eating and prepping on a very cheap. It was a very good video because he also go into a few other things. And it was very good video. You'll really enjoy it. So like I said, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, yeah, let's try to get him over 200. I think he's at 198 now. And like I said, if you need supplies or anything, he also owns an import company where he can get you stuff that you need for survival and homesteading and stuff like that. He can do it. Okay. All right. So hey, Nelson. Nelson's in the house. That's formerly Tell It Like It Is, if you don't remember. See, we're all family here, and I want everybody to be family because this is what we're talking about. Matter of fact, when I was talking about Aaron, and I was talking about his video, in his video, which I watched today, he posted it yesterday, but I watched it today. In his video, he was talking and saying that if you got all your stuff together, everything you need together, now's the time to start to build a community. You got to build your community, you know, your community of trust, because nobody's going to be able to make it on their own. I mean, you can hide out on your own, but you ain't going to be able to make it on your own because we're going to have to eventually branch out and make alliances. And he was talking about making alliances toward the end of his video. So that's why I said it was a very good video because a lot of people, they don't he's at 199. Okay, we got to get him up to 200. Hey, Tibor. Okay. So like I said, he was saying that we need to make a big community. You need to make your community because like if things happen, you're gonna have to have somebody watch your six. You know what I mean? Because we can only do so much. See, I got a community or family, but I also have a community that I watch their backs and they watch my backs that's actually in the neighborhood. You know, my neighbors across the street, down the street, and next door to me. We all got that same bond. We like this. They got my back, I got their back. You know, we watch our neighborhood. We like a neighborhood watch, I guess. So anyway, yeah, you need that. You need that, especially if you're in the city. See, I'm in the city, so you know I need that. But if you're not in the city, you got friends that's down the ways. You know, you got a homestead or a farm. You need to know your neighbor. You need to go down there and introduce yourself. You know, talk with them, see if y'all thinking the same thing, and then get together. You know, because if things happen, you never know. Matter of fact, Tony can tell you he had a neighbor, cabin in the woods, and his neighbor house caught on fire. And Tony reached out and helped him. They stayed with him a while until he got on his feet. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's what you do. Neighbors helping neighbors. And Anaki. Yep, Strenght. 3-step communication, assemble and organize. Michael Farmer says, okay, he's 200. I just joined him. Grandpa, okay. Yeah, like I say, he doesn't have a lot of videos, but he's a good guy. But you can always, like I say, you can always connect with him on other things because he does have a Facebook page, and I'm a member of his Facebook page. Okay, hey, Hoop, Adam. Okay, yeah. So like anyway, and I was saying, you have no control over the weather. I mean, it's good to have a group. Now I'm changing in the middle of the stream. Now it's good to have a group, but I'm saying, but you have no control over the weather. And then if something happened and you're not prepared, you're not ready, and you have to go, you have to like bug out. See, a lot of people think bugging out is going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to really take a lot of strength if you bugging out and survive. You know, if you like me, I'm a Walking Dead fan. I watch them all. You know, I watch them all, and I'm a big Walking Dead fan. And I'm like this. I don't know how they made it because they got to deal with dehydration. They got to deal with hypothermia. They encounter all kinds of crazy people out there, and then they got animals they got to deal with. And then you know you can get lost out there. I don't know how they walking through them woods. I mean, I'm telling you the truth because I know how to find my way out of the woods. But there's a lot of people that don't. They get in the woods and they just walking in circles. You know what I mean? I'm saying it's not easy to bug out. And a lot of people think they're just gonna just jump in the car and just drive and drive and drive. But where are you driving? I'm just going east. You know, they just driving till they hit the ocean. You know, but I mean, but you gotta have a plan. And you know, that's one thing I always say. You know, you got to have a plan, and then everybody got to be on that plan because if you got somebody in your group, and this is where you're gonna really have to have strength because if you're gonna be a leader or you're gonna be a dedicated follower, and you in that group, and you don't agree with the leader, but the leader is the one with the plan, don't rock the boat unless your life is in danger. You know what I mean? Don't rock the boat because you're gonna have that. Y'all pick that guy for a reason. Y'all picked him for his ability to judge people and to make judgments like that because, see, you only have one chief. You know, you might have a lot of Indians because I'm from Cleveland, so we got the Cleveland Indians this year. No, we don't have no Indians. They changed the name, but that's another thing. But you can only have one chief, and the rest of us got to be, you know, followers. You know, you might have a second in command, third in command. It depends on how you got it organized, you know, because a lot of people really got their stuff organized, especially when you in rural areas, you know, they got stuff really organized. See me, I got basically I'm the leader here. But if we had to bug out, my nephew the leader. And that's the way it is. And we discussed that. I told him because I can't leave once we lead out into the woods or the forest or wherever we got to go. For the simple fact that I might get left behind. I might not be able to keep up. Or I just meet them when I get there. But I don't want to hold the group back. You never want to hold the group back because you got to, if you got a group, and let's say you got let's make it a small group. Let's say you got 10 to 12 people. Okay, so if you got 10 to 12 people, and you holding 10 to 12 people back, it might cost 4 or 5 of them their lives. That's not the right thing to do. You got to do it for the group, and that's one thing you got to do. Nay, A1 is easier on my crooked typing thing. I don't know what that's about. Look it out. Fancy talk for being a refugee. You're right. You know, I did that in one of my videos. I when the people I think it was South Carolina had to evacuate when they had that hurricane that came through a few years ago. I mentioned them as being refugees now because that really tore up a lot of countries up there. It really did tore up a lot of stuff up, and that's what we're gonna be. If anytime, anytime you have to leave your spot, your location, and go somewhere else, you are a refugee. Matter of fact, you're not even a refugee. You consider the invader. People say, "How could you be an invader?" You are an invader. See, them people down there, they took time, they built their stuff, they took stock in what they had to do, they had to put everything where it needed to be, and they got everything fixed up. And now here you come with your group, maybe it might be 3 or 4 people, 5 or 6 people. You want to integrate into what they have, but you gotta you gotta ask yourself, what are you bringing to the table? There's nothing wrong with people who want you in the group, because some people want people to be in their community because they build it. And then some people can't afford to have you in their community because they have enough mouths to feed. See, that's one thing you got to realize. See, when things get to that point where they had to evacuate the major cities, and we was almost there. If this disease or whatever they call it, this vaccine and this virus was still going rampant like it was, they might have had to close up the cities and start telling people they had to evacuate. You never know. You never know. But I'm just saying, if things really get bad and people will have to evacuate the cities, I don't know where you're going to put all these people. If New York City and the people in there had to leave, where are they going? I don't know. They can't come to Cleveland. We don't have no room. But most people, when they evacuate, they're always thinking about going south. That's one thing I can tell you. City folks will flee into the countryside. Country folks might not be so welcome. That's what I was just saying, T-Boy. They want to know, what are you bringing to the table? Why are you going in and milking my cow and killing my chickens? And, some people will help them. Like I was mentioning the Amish not too long ago. The Amish will help you up to a point. But it's just like neighbors. Neighbors will help you up to a point, But then you don't want to be a burden on them. You got to bring something to the table. That's why I say, when you get ready to bug out, you better have your stuff together. Hey, Tina Ladybug, hey, Lee, Arkansas bound, you better have your stuff together. You're gonna need more than just a bug out bag unless you just running. See, that's one thing about a bug out bag. Bug out bag only good for maybe 2-3 days. You might be able to stretch it out at 4, but if you with a group, you're gonna need more than just a bug out bag. Even if everybody got a bug out bag, y'all gonna need to actually, like you say, be a refugee, get a convoy going. And then the worst thing about a convoy is that people look down on convoys or refugee trains or whatever you want to call them, because they fear them, because you don't know what kind of people are in those, because some people just join in. You don't know where they came from. Everybody just going in because everybody's going to the ocean. They say we're going to go to the ocean, and they started heading toward Connecticut and Massachusetts and the shipping ports and stuff like that, and down in Carolina, they might be heading that way because they want to go to the ocean, because they feel that by the water they can be safe. Then some people say they're going to go down south because they don't want to stay up here if the weather get worse and bad, and they don't want to have to deal with 10 or 12 inches of snow anymore. But you never know. Weekend RVing. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, but see, like I say, and you got to be able to recognize the good from the bad. And that's going to be the hardest thing to do, because it's a lot of wolves and sheep clothing, that they say, and then you got people out there that are actually helping you out. I talked about them before. And those are the sheepdogs, but you can't mistake the sheepdogs that's trying to help you for the wolves that's trying to hurt you, because it's going to be hard to identify things like that. But hopefully, and I pray in my lifetime, and I say this again, that all the supplies that I collected and everything that I got, I hope I never have to use them. And if I do have to use them, I got them. But the best thing for me is that I die before anything happened. The bad stuff happen around here, because I don't want to see it if it get that bad. Dr. Watts, electricity. Dr. Watts, electricity. Okay, gotta check your channel out. I haven't seen you before, so I'm gonna check your channel out. Hey, Maya Rodriguez, how you doing? Let's see. Homestead decor is some may help one stranger to a degree, but into hundreds and 10,000 strangers, that turns into something else. That's what I was saying. I mean, it's hard. See, like okay, like if I was in the countryside, whatever you want to call it, out or even here, I may help one or two people. Maybe three, maybe a family of four at the most. I ain't gonna help 6, 7 people. I'm gonna help maybe a family of four at the most. But other than that, I can't afford to help 20, 25 people. I can't afford the whole city block because see, they're starved, I'll starve. And then I'll be in the same boat with them. I'll be out looting and running wild, going to the countryside, seeing what I could sneak in somebody's yard trying to get their chickens. Yeah. Can you imagine me climbing over the fence trying to get some chickens? That wouldn't be a pretty sight, especially if they got a buckshot. So anyway, let me finish talking. I was talking about like this. But anyway, like I said, I just hope I never had to bug out. I mean, I know I lost a lot of weight. Like I said, I went from 375 down to 339. And then I sort of ended the plateau right there. I've been at the 330s to 340s for a while now. So I'm trying to see what I can do to lose even more weight because I know what happened. The weather got bad. I don't go outside and walk like I used to. So now I'm sitting in the house and I'm eating more popcorn than I usually do. Hey, but anyway, you gotta get two things together: your mind and your body, and that's the two things you're gonna definitely need. Because see, first of all, you got to keep a sharp mind because see, it's gonna be a lot of people living by their wits, and there's gonna be a lot of people out there that are gonna try to outwit you. And that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it is now. People out there trying to run scams and schemes on you all the time. I mean, whether they're telemarketers or these people calling you on the phone or whether it's people out there hiking up the stock prices just to screw you over. It's a crazy world we live in. Sometimes you got to be just as crazy as them to survive because the one thing you do have to do, you got to take care of yourself and your family first. Remember yourself and your family first. You got to take care of yourself and your family first. I ain't gonna say God got to take care of you and your family first, because God gonna take care of you, and you got to take care of your family. I just wanted to put that out there. Hey, Prepper Mitchell Vet, boy, watch The Purge. Yeah, I watched The Purge. You know what? About 2 years ago, I bought all the Purges. I bought them all except the one that came out after that. I bought all the Purges, and I watch them. And that's how it is in the city. It'll be like that. But I'm gonna tell you another one that I watched. What was the name of that one? I can't think of it now. It didn't come to me. It was a domestication or something like that. Anyway, about this husband and his wife, and they was going out to Milwaukee. They was coming from like Chicago or Utah or something. It was really far out. They had to come across country, and they was going to see her family in Milwaukee. And the father, not the father, the husband, he was driving some little old Pinto. It was broke down, domesticates, I think it was, and it was, and they got there and they had to go through all these gang territories and everything. It was crazy. They came across this one guy. He thought it was hamburger they was eating. Those people. So I'm just saying we don't want it to have her get that bad, and that was based on a virus that went bad too. So we got to be okay. It's just like you say when you're on a plane, you got your mask first, helping someone else. Stuff like that happens. Yeah. Oh, Cat Lady Prepper 23. Okay, the Cat Lady in the house. All right, Fallen Skies Preppers in the house. I have room for you and your family, Uncle, Grandpa. You know what? I'm good. But if I do come down, you got to have a big storage area because I'm bringing everything. I'm bringing all my food, my water, my guns, everything I got. I'm gonna do these what they say, the scorched earth. When somebody come here in this house, there's nothing gonna be here. They may find a photograph of me smiling at them, but other than that, ain't nothing gonna be here. I'm taking everything, because that's what you're gonna have to do. So I'm a say it like this. I know everybody out there, they usually listen to me and they know how I get to talking sometimes and I get to drifting off on different subjects because we just having a conversation. When I used to go out to the bars and with my buddies and we used to go out to the sports bars and they used to sit in there, we'd talk for hours, eating buffalo wings and potato skins, talk for hours. And that's how I used to do. We just talk. And that's what we're doing now. We're family, we talking. You know, hey Eric Gardner, how you doing? Erica Gardens. I'm sorry. Don't forget the giant sword. You know what? I got that at Comic Con, see, and I love that thing. I seen that they have them every year. You know, those swords like that, and they were really cheap. It was only $25. I mean, I could have got two for $49, save $1, but I can only use one because I got a knife in the other hand. But that's my zombie blade. In case something happened and we got zombies, I'll be like The Walking Dead. Everybody has their own little thing. Daryl with his bow and arrows. Was Negan with his bat. You know, Lucille, me with my little zombie knife. Yeah, so that's that's good. But like I said, everybody who knows me, I'm a big comic book fan. You know, I didn't have cable when I was growing up. You know, we didn't have cable in the '60s. We had comic books. We had this one guy. He had every comic book that ever came out. His mother would go to the store and buy him his comic books. They was only a dime then. Me, I couldn't keep up with him. I had to go to the local drugstore at the corner of Mr. Austin's and buy a comic book maybe once a month. But he had everyone. We would go over his house and we read these comic books, and that's how it was. You know, back then when you were kids, you hang out with your other kids, your other buddies over there. What do you need? Oh, you want to get on TV? No. Okay, I'll get you some popcorn right there if you want some popcorn. Okay. That's my grandson. He heard me over here talking about comic books. He's getting into the thing. He's over there watching Buzz Lightyear now. But anyway, yeah. And that's what we used to do when I was a kid. See, our cabin in the woods, if you have to relocate, bug out need to have / pockets also weigh either food, water, gas, or fire starters. I got all that. You know, and I be trying to. There should be a baseball card with Urban Grandpa and Cold Steel. Oh, you know what? Somebody might start doing that. Somebody might start making prepper cards. You know, like they have baseball cards, basketball cards. You know, so they start making prepper cards on people on YouTube and stuff like that and sell them. That would be funny. Yeah. Tina Frank. Eventually, Frank and Tina. I'm a huge comic book fan myself. I know, Frank, you into Star Wars. I bet you could probably tell us all the people that was in the Star Wars bar, which I love that one scene when they were in the bar. But they do it. They seem like they do a scene like that all the time. I hope you've been watching The Mandalorian when it was out because I watched every episode too. Star Wars. See, like I say, you know, sometimes you do things when you're a kid, you never forget. It will be Grandpa. I want. Okay. Yeah, that'd be funny. They had cards like Pokemon cards. Laugh out loud. Yeah, Pokemon cards. Something with that mental and emotional strength is essential. Armanda Menzel. Okay. Crazy family homestead is in the house. Let's see. Jeanette is in the house, and that show's in the house. Frank and Tina's in the house. Yeah, like I said, you gotta have strength. It takes strength. I mean, just to survive. I mean, some people think you gotta be like The Rock. You know what I mean? Be real physical and stuff. But those people, they don't last long because they try to bully and brawn everybody. You know, because I'm the biggest guy in the group. I'm the strongest guy in the group. So it's going to be my group. And we're going to do things this way. And you've seen those in some places and those people, they don't last long because their own group will kill them and turn on them. You know what I mean? Or they try to be the big man and they might run out there like in what's that, Mad Max, you know, with the guy with the megaphone. I am Lord Humongous. I'm the biggest and strongest, blah, blah, blah. You know, those guys don't make it. People in Ohio has a huge Amish community. I know. I did a video on the Amish, and people underestimate the Amish. Let me tell you this about the Amish. You think the Amish are weak. They are not weak. The Amish is organized. They do have their own secret, I'm not say police force, but protection. But everybody that's Amish is not full Amish because they have this thing where they can be Amish until they take their final stuff. They can go out and drink and party and do whatever. But once they take that final step to being Amish, they got to stop all that. But they always have a group, maybe 15, 20 people in a village that's like security. So people say, I'm just go to Amish and take their stuff. You don't go to Amish and get killed. Amish don't play that. They will turn the other cheek up to a point, but the other one Amish that's in that they haven't took their vows or whatever they do, they would teach you a lesson. Believe me, what they call them the Amish mob or something like that. I don't believe they're a mob or mafia or whatever, but they do have people. So any group always gonna have some kind of protection. Let's see. Frank Tina says Mad Max was set in 2021 in the desert that caused the disaster that caused the wasteland was a global flu epidemic. Pandemic. Yes, it was in Australia in 2021. It was all over the world, and that's happens, you know, like we got now. But I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with everything that's going on now, because I've been seeing a lot of reports that a lot of people are having some side effects here, but it's not really enough to change anything about the vaccine. Amish have their own court system. Yes, they do. And you don't want to cut no Amish people's beards off. You really don't want to do that. Let's see. Maya Ray doesn't realize we all claim him. We love our Mr. Ray. Yeah, I know y'all been around since I used to use my real name on my videos before I changed it to Urban Grandpa. When I used to have my real name on there. Yeah, y'all been around. Oh man, since when I've been at this over almost 3 years now. Yep. I mean, I think Hoot Owl Holler and Maya Rodriguez, y'all was in the first 100 people that subscribed to my channel. I remember that. I think she was like either the first or third person that subscribed to my channel. I remember that. Yep, I did that video on handicap preppers, 55 and over. Tilburg, I did work at a cabin company. Half the Amish, the other side was Mennonite, so they use electric tools. Yeah, you know, see, up here about 30 miles outside of Cleveland, it's a big Amish community. You know, my wife goes there we did go there every year, didn't go this year. You know, they go to Amish country because they have all that meat and food, and then they have the place where people go to eat, and chicken and all that stuff, just like they have out in Pennsylvania. You know, they got the big Amish people in Pennsylvania, and the Amish is special. The Amish and the Mennonites are special. They're very special people. I have no problem with them. Matter of fact, I met dozens of them because every year, like I say, they're only like 30 miles outside of Cleveland. They come up here and they build houses. They build porches. They great carpenters. I've seen a lot of them. They work on roofs and stuff like that. And they put up porches and anything. I mean, they just be out there working. They drive up. They don't come up in no horse and buggy. They drive up in a truck with their tools and stuff in the back of a trailer, and they start to go to work. And like I say, when I was carrying mail, you meet a lot of people out here, and I met a lot of Amish people doing a lot of work on a lot of people's houses. And like I say, they're really good people. They're really good people. I can say that from the fact that I met some of them. Say, well, I've got a business call. Okay. Woman to Woman Homestead. Wow, that's new. Woman to Woman Homestead. Stop to show the love. Yeah. I think I came to your show. I think I was at your channel about a week ago. Maybe about 2 weeks ago. I like your content. Yeah, you have some nice content there. Okay. Let's see, Mike Rodriguez, don't even get me started on that chicken yum. Yeah. So I want everybody to meet everybody here. If you don't know who's here, you do know who's here. You know, y'all need to connect and communicate and start getting together, because everybody needs to communicate, because we are one big family. You know, because like I say, I try to watch everybody got a channel videos, but like I say, it's hard to get around and watch them. You know. You're a cool kid. Kids clubs, we get in the first 100. Yeah. I you know what? I should go all the way back one day and just look at my very first video, and I can look on who people was on there to make comments and subscribe, and I can see all you guys' names on there. It's like I say, you've been here since day one. Day one. I am in California, Oakland. You in the city or the suburb, or you in the city of Oakland, California? Yeah, because a lot of people leaving California. I mean, it's a mass exodus. A lot of people leaving California, not only because of the economic conditions out there, but because of the weather. You never know what's going to happen out there. You know, with the fires and the earthquakes and stuff like that. You know. I used to want to live in California when I was a teenager. Pepper Vet Mitchell. In the 60s, had a Amish godfather, but her good friend, but her hands cold after milking the cow. You had an Amish girlfriend and her hands were cold after milking the cow. That's kind of funny. Oakland suburbs, not many high rises or downtown. Yeah, well, you don't have a lot of high rises. You're in pretty good shape, because see, I don't have a lot of high. You know, that's not true, because see, once I get out of the city, see, only downtown in the city here. You know, if you've ever came to Cleveland, you know we got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then we got all the tall buildings. We wanted our city to be like a New York City, you know, with the big high rises and stuff like that. But after you go about, I say maybe 12, 13 blocks, it's all flat until you start hitting the suburbs. And that's where they've been building all them high-rise condominiums. You get out there and you got all these big old high-rise condominiums, which are death traps. That's what I'm saying. If you live in one of those and the shit hit the fan, you need to make alliances with one of your family members that doesn't have a high-rise, have a high-rise, but live in a house or something like that, or a smaller apartment complex. You know, like I say, I would say something where everybody could get together, because in those big ones, it's too big. You can't make friends with everybody in your high-rise, especially if you live in one they got like 700-800 people. You're gonna have 700-800 people you're gonna have to watch, because things are gonna get dangerous. It is gonna get dangerous fast, and they're gonna be coming to your door. Open up. We want to see what you got. And they're gonna, every time I knock, the dog bark. He want to see what you got, and that's what's gonna happen. So you got to be careful with that. Room to move and air to breathe. Trying hard to hang out that spaces. Yeah, I can't be too packed in. Yeah. Hey, Lori Braid is here. Hey, Grandpa, North Georgia. Try to see if I know. I don't know anybody in North Georgia. All the people I know is in the southern part of Georgia. You know, they're in the outskirts of Atlanta. They live in some of the suburbs out there. Yeah, I got a couple of nephews, grandnephews, a sister, an ex-sister-in-law. Got a lot of people down there. Yep. Anywhere. Okay, T-Boy say, Ray, if you're a bank rate, do you use the Brent Spitzer Bridge? I don't trust it anymore. No, I'm not. No, you know what? I'm glad to see T-Boy if y'all don't know, he's farther toward the southern part of Ohio. And if you got to go over this bridge to get over to, let's say, if you want to go from Cleveland to Columbus, you got to go over this bridge because it's going over. Is that the Ohio River or the Miami River? It's got to go over it got to go over a river. This bridge is like, I don't know. I would say building wise, it'd be like maybe 20 stories, 25 stories high. And I don't trust it either. I think it'll fall with something happen. I think and then you have to go around and do all that pioneering stuff. I mean, that bridge, but that's the only way if you go down the interstate to get over that river. I mean, they got smaller ones. It's the Ohio River. Yeah. You know what? I never did like that bridge, but you know, when I got to go down 71, I got to take it, you know. See, but you're okay. You can go hang out in Dayton or Columbus or Cincinnati. Well, I'll be up here in Cleveland trying to get across the river. Yeah. Let's see, in the show, especially if too many people and cars on it. Yeah, we got a lot of bridges. We got a lot of bridges. Bridges are everywhere. And that's, like I say, I don't know too much about what's gonna happen on bridges. I don't know how they're gonna do, but I know one thing: a lot of people gonna try to take the back roads. Like I'm speaking from when I up here in the north. Like I know. I think woman to woman homestead. I think they're in Michigan also. I think they're in Michigan also, and I think they will be trying to come down 75 or something like that. See me, if I had to evacuate and go south, I'm gonna try to get to the Appalachian Trail, which I have to go through Pennsylvania to get to that to go down. So I had to sort of detour around. Yeah, I thought you guys was in Michigan. Yes, yeah, you guys in Michigan, and still got my memory. I haven't went to see now yet, but anyway, you're gonna meet a lot of people on here. Woman to woman homestead. That's from Michigan, Ypsilanti and Ann Arbor. You know, I was in Ann Arbor. You close to Eastern Michigan. I had to go visit some friends when I was in school. They were in the MAC conference, and I had to go to Eastern Michigan and visit them. College towns, yeah. I did a lot of traveling in my youth. I mean, oh man, I did a lot of traveling. I was in Michigan, and I was in Detroit. I was, you know, Pontiac. I was in a few places. You know, they might still have the wanted posters up for me. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, yeah. Say yes, that's my hood. Yes. See, it's a beautiful place, town up there. Okay, Portsmouth, Ohio Bridge, as the mouth. Laugh out loud. You know what? Now I know where that bridge at. See what you don't know about me, Tibor, is that I spent about 6 months at Ohio University. I was in school down there at Ohio University down in Athens. And you know that's the most haunted place in the world. You know that, right? And I used to go across as my part of then Appalachian Trail hikers start out in Georgia already. Many are hitting deep snow and temperatures around zero. Yeah, the Appalachian Trail, that's the way we used to get around back in the old days. And a lot of people are going to be taking that trail, and a lot of people are going to be getting hurt because I said you're going to encounter some snakes, some criminals, you know, homeless people going to be making camps out there. You know, like I say, people think they're going to be able to just live in the woods. You can't just live in the woods. There's too many people. See, once you get all these people out of the cities, which is what I'm afraid of. See, I'm not really afraid, but I'm afraid of for other people that you're going to get all these people that's in these cities and they're going to be heading your way. Yeah, but see, what they had to do is going to be like, they're going to be like what the Walking Dead. They're going to be the zombies. Yeah, you're going to be Rick and Daryl, and you're going to be the group. And then them people going to be heading out there. Because the first thing they're going to do without knowing anything about the woods, without even spending a night on a campground or anything, you're going to have people that don't know how to start a fire. They don't know how to watch it. How many set the forest on fire or set themselves on fire? You know, see, a lot of us are trained. or we've been watching videos, or we've been practicing with our stuff, and we know what to do. You know, some people don't even know how to put a worm on a hook, and they're gonna be sticking themselves with hooks in their fingers and all this other kind of crap. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Hopefully, I won't have to see. Like I said, I don't want anything to ever happen where everything had to get to that point where people had to evacuate the cities. I mean, we already in the middle. Like I said, we're in the middle of shit at the fan. I mean, how many people really ever thought that the virus would actually shut down the city? We'd have been shut down twice. We got our curfew lifted 1 hour. So now our curfew here in Cleveland, we're in the state of Ohio, it's 11 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock now. So I'm like, we never thought this. Back in the 70s and 80s when I was out partying at the clubs and at the discos and whatever, I didn't never think about this stuff. I mean, it was all in the movies. You watch movies and stuff like that. It's all in the movies. You never thought that a pandemic was coming. We always knew it could happen, but now it's real life. And this is something we living with every day. And this is something you can tell your grandkids because they're going to grow up and they ain't going to know what it used to be when you didn't have to get shots every year. Yep. So, and that's the way I think it's going to happen now because they keep saying this stuff is going to mutate. And we got these variants out there that I think shots is going to be a regular thing. And you know what I feel about that? It's going to mess up your DNA, which some people needed to survive. You see, our store is closed at 8. Wow. 8 o'clock. Our stores are still on regular hours, but the ones are still open, but the restaurants. Oh, Purple Vet Mitchell, I start year at age 69. Wow, you'll be 69 next year. You're a little older than me. Yeah. Wow. That's why we have our sons and scouts. Oh, that's freehandly made. She said she got her sons and scouts. That's great. I learned a lot from scouting. I was in the scouts for 2 years. And then they disbanded the program. But I was a year in the Cub Scouts before. And then they just disbanded the program. I was in the scouts. The only reason I joined the scouts is because I seen Hank Aaron. He was on TV. He said he used to be a Boy Scout. I say, oh, Hank Aaron was a Boy Scout. I want to be a Boy Scout. We joined the scouts. Yep. I ain't gonna say I can still wear my scout uniform. That'll never happen again. Yep. Used to be 20. Oh, y'all used to have 24 hours? Wow. That's a big cut down. Take 6 months to go 2,100 miles. Wow. Yeah, but they used to do it. That what gets me is like a lot of people, they're gonna find out they'll be able to do things that they weren't able to do before. I know some people they walk the trail every summer. They go out there and they walk the trail. I mean, they may not walk all 2,100 miles. They may walk maybe 100 here, 100 there. And, just go out and walk. But they can do it, and they can do it. And I know people that won't be able to walk 5 miles before they had to call an ambulance. Yeah, but like I say, you're gonna have to be able to get. Like I say, if you want to survive, it's gonna take strength, and you can't complain. It ain't gonna be no use to complaining. Like with this virus and stuff we got now, ain't no use to complaining. You just gotta roll with the punches and keep strong and take care of your family. And that's what I'm gonna tell everybody. That's one of the big things I say because right now it ain't that bad. It's bad, but it ain't that bad because anytime you in this SHTF situation, it's gonna be bad. But what makes it not bad is because we still got everything open to a point. A woman in her, he said, wait a minute, T-Borg says, he talking to Purple Vet, he said, a woman in her 80s made it, you'll be fine. Woo, man. I used to watch, I don't know how many of you guys used to watch Death Valley Days when them people used to walk alongside those 20 mil team Borax commercial thing. They be walking alongside the wagon. You never seen them inside the wagon. You always seen them walking on the side of the wagon. I could never figure that out until I got older because everything they owned was inside the wagon. With nothing outside the wagon, everything was owned inside that wagon, and they had to walk. They walked, like say, if they were going from Boston to California, they had to walk. Can you imagine how many miles that was and how long it took them to walk? See, me, Like I said, I don't walk like I used to, and I walked a lot. I used to walk 20 miles a day when I was carrying mail up and downstairs. I worked 10 to 12 hour days. I would make a lot of money. I was making overtime like crazy. But anyway, that's another thing to talk about another time. But like I say, you can walk. You can get it done. You with your mind got to be strong, and your body got to be strong, because you're gonna have to endure some pain, but it's only pain. I mean, you can go out and get replacement parts if you want to. Like I said, I have had 5 knee operations, 2 replacement knee once, but I had operations on both knees. But you go, you keep walking. Ray, those wagons was a rough ride. I can believe that, because they don't have shocks. They just bounce up and down on wooden wheels. You know, wooden wheels. Some of them was wrapped with metal around the end. But most of them just didn't have the metal around the ends. They had them cheap wheels. Those are the ones that break down. It's just like buying one of them old Yugos. Probably last year, 2 people died of murder on the trail. Wow. Whoa. 2 people. I didn't think they had any kind of murders in the woods up there, you know. I mean, they always talk about they got the killer clown with the sword and stuff, but I got one of those swords now. They don't think I'm one of them. 8 miles, that's great. Wow. Probably about 8 miles a day at 68 is great. Add a couple of more for insurance, campsites, and sometimes for up the trail. Wow. Well, but you got to be careful. I hope you got your carry with you. You know, I always say, if you're gonna leave home, even if you're in the woods, always have your carry, your CCW. Like I said, everybody knows I'm a Second Amendment. I want to keep my guns. I believe in the Second Amendment, but I don't want to shoot nobody over it. They seek young women who hike by themselves. Wow. So it's like in the movies where they snatching people up out there. You know what? They do that everywhere. I mean, because we got so much trafficking, sex trafficking, especially in Toledo. I was in Toledo not too long ago, about 2 years ago. I was in Toledo. I was up at school up there, University of Toledo, and my youngest daughter was interviewing to get in there, go to the University of Toledo, and they had all these posters out of missing people, missing children up there. I didn't know it was like that up there. Women who hike by themselves. I always carry heat in the woods. There you go. You got to carry your boomstick, as Ash would say. And those who know who Ash is, that's from what was that movie? The Evil Dead. In the Evil Dead movies, that was Ash. The guy that had the chainsaw in one hand and the shotgun on the other. He had his boomstick. The woman that went off the trail became lost and died of exposure. I mentioned that you can get lost in the woods and you can die. Yep, Tawana is from Toledo. Okay. Rough now. The hikers are told to bring firearms because some states arrest you. Well, you know that is true, because see, even if you got a license here to carry a gun in Cleveland, my license is no good to carry a gun in New York. And then let me tell you something else that I seen happen to a guy. He flew. He did everything right. He put his gun in the gun case and had it locked up. Checked it on the plane. He put it in the luggage thing. Then he took it to New York with him. He had no problem when he had it there in New York. You know, he had it there. Then when he came back, he went to load it up on the plane. He told the lady at the counter that he had a gun. And did you know they arrested him and confiscated his gun? He had a Glock 17. And I followed that story. He never did get that gun back, but they did drop the charges. But he had to pay court costs. That was in New York. He went from Chicago, flew from Chicago to New York, and they took his gun. And he lucky, it could have been worse. Hey, Frank, you back? Okay. That is in the Northeast State, Maryland, Virginia, and New York. They confiscate your stuff. You say, perfect. I live in Virginia. Yes, New Jersey. New Jersey is a special case. You know that. I ain't gonna say bad. I ain't gonna talk bad about New Jersey. New Jersey's all right with me. I've been there. Like I said, I stayed there. You know, not stayed there living, but I visited there and I stayed in New Jersey because New York was too expensive to get an apartment there. So, like I said, you guys, y'all gotta be careful especially if you go out of state and you got a CCW. You need to check. You need to check the laws at the state you're going to, and make sure that they don't have anything that you need to know. Where if you do carry, you might have to get a special permit, a temporary permit from the sheriff department or whoever, so you can carry. Because some people just say, "I got a CCW in this state, I can just go anywhere." You can't do it. They would confiscate your gun, or they might put you in jail. For some places, you're not allowed to have guns at all. But Ohio is not like that right now. But we having problems here. Old Army combat vet, I'm ready. I hear you. I hear you. Everybody should be ready. Like I say, it's a few things that you need to do. And like I say, first of all, if you like me, see, like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And if I do happen to have to go, it'd take an extreme situation for me to leave. It would take, I'm gonna tell you, fire. I mean, I haven't figured out how to make this house fireproof. And if I did, I could make millions because I could sell it to everybody else. But fire, if they decide, or whoever trying to get my stuff, because it ain't going to be easy. Because it's definitely not going to be easy because I'm a fighter. I've always been a fighter. And they're gonna take my stuff. They ain't gonna have a fun time trying it, and it's gonna cost them. And they burn me out. You know, they rather burn up the stuff than have me keep it. But I get out and I take whatever I can with me and I leave. Now I'm out there on the road. I ain't gonna say on the road again because I'm not gonna be like that. And I have to go. What exactly would I do? I have plans now just in case that situation do happen, because sometimes I just sit around and get my pencil and start writing down scenarios. You have to be ready. Like I say, everybody out here that's listening to me right now, you got to get a plan. You got to get a plan on top of a plan on top of a plan, because sometimes things happen that you have no control over, and you need to have a plan. Hey, Sapphire, Diamonds, and Pearls. Like if in the perfect world, none of this ever happened. We know we got all our preps and stuff back there. We go back there and get our chunky man soup, and every now and then go camping and eat and go fishing and have a good time, or just sit in your backyard or on your porch and just have a good time, and knowing that you secure because you got stuff. You got your rice and beans and your water, and you got stuff. It's peace of mind. I go to bed at night not worrying about where my next meal coming from, because I can go get stuff out of the pantry. I'm not worried. I'm not worried that the heat go out of my house and the trees around me fall and tear the wires down. I'm not worried about that. I got heaters. I'm not worried that the electricity go out. I'm not worried about that. I got power generators. But see, it's all about peace of mind. And if you got peace of mind, you sleep good. You sleep good at night unless the dog start barking, and then you got to go downstairs with your gun. And never mind. That's a whole other story. But anyway, let's see. Anarchy Television. What's up, y'all? What's up, everyone? I haven't heard from you in a while. I was beginning to worry about you. Let's see, Pepperback. You got your post office supply drop line out. you know what? It's two things. There's two things you really don't want me to get to start to talk about. One of them is space aliens. I'm letting everybody know I'm not crazy. I've never seen an alien, but I believe in aliens. Okay, I'm just put that out there. I read all kinds of stuff that's happening right now about aliens. I subscribe to a couple of channels that do alien videos. I believe in aliens. And the second thing is the post office. You don't want me to start talking about the post office. I mean, I got 30 years worth of stories that I could tell you, and it's just crazy. I mean, some of them were crazy. You know, I think I told you about a couple of dog bites and stuff like that. It's just some crazy stuff. I remember this one guy, we were driving those square trucks. We had just got those square trucks, you know, those square ones, those LLVs. That's what they call them, long life vehicles. And back in the neighborhood that I delivered mail in, there were always a lot of, I would say, shady women out there. And he picked up this one, and he had some of these number 3 sacks, and he put them in the back of the truck, and he took her to Rally's. And Rally's had 99-cent chili, gave her some chili for 99 cents, and he had sex with her in the back of the long life vehicle. I'm just saying, I mean, there's some shady people out there, but I got a whole bunch of stories. As a matter of fact, that's in that book over there. And I was talking to my daughter last week. She was up here from Maryland. I told her, don't forget that the book is right there. When I pass away, she can take it and do whatever she wants with it. Yeah. They say, I saw 2 rattlesnakes in the Appalachian Mountains last year. They are fat and mean. Ooh, how they get so fat? That many mice up there? Or squirrels or chipmunks? I do map it out. The white ships. That teamwork. I was born in the Appalachian Mountains. They have bears. Which ones? The black bears or the grizzly bears? I ain't going nowhere where they got grizzly bears. Grizzly bears and polar bears, I don't want to be around. See, Ohio got bears. We got black bears. You know, we got black bears. You go up around Ashtabula where my sister-in-law live at, they got bears. You know, they got bears up there. They got a lot of land up there too. Ashtabula's a nice place if you like snow. They get too much snow for me, and I get snow. I got snowed in out there once trying to come home. I went up there. It was on a Friday night. We went up there on a Friday night. It was nothing. It was beautiful sunshine. Saturday, it started to snow just a little bit. An hour later, we had like 14 inches of snow. 14 inches of snow in an hour. It was like lake effect snow. But the closer I got to clear the driving, the less snow we had. But out there, they get snow like Buffalo. Buffalo and Ashtabula, they get snow like that. I can't deal with that. Like we're down here in the Panhandle of Florida. Florida got bears? Wow. Oh, wow. So, Florida got black bears. Hey, the Tinker's wife. Hello from Oregon. Okay. Oh, wow. You know what? I know y'all had with Joe Exotic with those lions down there, but I didn't know you had bears in Florida. This is new. I thought all the bears were gone. You know, wow. Now you got me thinking about if I want to go to Disney World, because I got enough dealing with the alligators. I was in Fort Lauderdale and I was in Miami before, but I don't know about the Panhandle down there. That's closer to what's that swampland down by the Panhandle. Let's see. Didn't know there were bears in Florida. No, I didn't know there were bears in Florida. Oh yeah, Florida has black bears. Florida to Tennessee, can't find yourself looking at a big cat. I know Tennessee got stuff. I don't know. I've been to Tennessee in a while. I've been about 5-6 years. But that's where my family is from. My father and my mother, they're from Tennessee, but my mother's from Kentucky. But my father, he is originally born and raised in Tennessee, and he migrated up here in the 40s. Yep. Him and my mother migrated up here in the 40s. She was in Kentucky. Her family moved to Tennessee. She met my father. Then they moved up to Gary, Indiana. And then they moved to Cleveland, Ohio. He got a job working at the steel plant. He worked on the railroad. Yep, a little family history. So like I said, we used to go down south all the time. Little family history, little roots. So I've been down south a lot. We have bears showing up in suburban neighborhoods nearly every year. Well, yeah, Tinker's wife, you in Oregon. I'm surprised you just got bears and not Bigfoot. I mean, they're everywhere up in that area because you got so many woods and stuff. Yeah, they come into the suburbs. I think I seen a video once. They had a bear up in a what's this bird feeder. A small bear was crawling the bird feeder trying to get food. Let's see, Anarchy TV. Yep, in the northwest corner of Florida, down by Santa Rosa Beach 2 years ago. I saw a mother and 3 cubs the day after Halloween walking around the neighborhood. Ooh, me. Man, I you know what? I don't ever want to walk around and see no bear, no 400-500-pound bear anywhere. We got them here. You can show hillbillies catching pythons in the Everglades. They get about 150 to 300 snakes. Yeah, they got a lot of snakes. I'm not scared of snakes. I just don't fool with them. I mean, I don't know. I don't fool with snakes. Swamp people is the show. I like swamp people. But they carry their boomsticks too. Them gators, boy. I don't fool with them gators. My father was born in Kentucky. My mother and all our kids were born in Tennessee. Wow. See how small the world is, T-Borg? We got Kentucky and Tennessee connections. Yep. Bears everywhere. I didn't know Florida had them either. Yeah, I say. I guess they are, but you know what? I think the most dangerous thing down there right now is those hogs, those wild hogs that's running around. They got some of them hogs. They take 300-400 pounds. Some of them, and they running around. They tearing up everything. They're attacking people. We got cougars here in my neighborhood too. A couple of years, coyotes in the pack. Yeah, coyotes are everywhere. I bet every state got coyotes. I seen what New York City had a coyote walking down the street. Guy didn't know it was a coyote. He thought it was a dog. They got coyotes everywhere. We got them here, especially in the suburbs. You got to watch your dogs. If you got a small dog or a cat or something like that, those coyotes will grab them up, run, and kill them. Bermuda python snakes are taking over the Everglades. They start paying people to catch them at $150 to $300 a snake. Well, how do you get pythons in Florida? I thought pythons was basically from South America. Oh, wow. That's crazy. I didn't know y'all had pythons. I'm learning a lot of things now. You got bears on the North Coast too. North Carolina coast to the Outer Banks. Wow. Wow. Oh, y'all moved to Ohio. Adopted Buckeyes. Yeah. Recently made, we got wolves. They are big. Yeah, see, where you live at, you need to carry your boomstick every day because, see, wolves can be very dangerous, especially if they're in packs. They don't care how many people it is. See, one wolf might not do much, but you get 2 or 3 wolves together, they would attack you. And whatever dog you had and your kids, they will attack you. Wolves are like that. They pack animals. So you got to be careful because I know you in the Colorado mountains up there in Colorado. Yeah, so you got to be careful, especially if you're out at night with your kids. Keeping out. People have them as pets. Let them loose. They get 10 feet or more in length. People have pet snakes. Let me see if I know anybody with a pet snake. No. Nope. I know this one guy, he had a iguana. Because that pet iguana got out, everybody thought it was an alligator. You ever see an iguana? You know what iguana looked like, right? And this was a big one. It was about maybe 3.5, 4 feet, 4 feet, and it was wide, and it was running down the sidewalk. An iguana, and the dogs were chasing it, biting on it. And the dogs and the iguana got into a fight. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yep, I seen that before. I seen some crazy stuff. Our property is fenced in between the bears and the wolves and the bobcats. Have to be alert all the time. You're right. Got to get you some cameras or something, you know. But you know what? In China, they got this. That's for keeping the vultures out of the gardens and stuff. They got these robot owls up there. Their eyes blink at night and their heads twist around to keep the motion going, to keep the birds from eating up the gardens and stuff like that. Hotel Aquaria, Florida has everything you want: alligators, crocodiles, bears, cougars, wild hogs, and venomous snakes, pythons, and sharks, and a gigantic mouse that killing everything. Oh, that Mickey. Yeah. You slip you a Mickey. A Mickey Mouse. You're killing everything. Yeah, I didn't know Florida was like that. I knew they had stuff, but I didn't know they was like that. Wow. But you know, that reminds me of when I was you say, what does it say? Let's say you have the place. You need them. Let's see. On a canoe trip in Minnesota, we counted 9 wolves starting at our camp. Unnerving. I would think so. I know they got wolves up in Minnesota. I know they got them up there. They got them in Michigan too. They do. They have a lot of wolves in Michigan. I don't know. They seem to like to be around a lot of water. You're right, Homestead. Yeah, I always carry a pistol when I go walking around out in the woods. Yeah, that's why they created the 10 millimeter. They call that the bear gun, 10 millimeter. I don't have one, but I don't think I need to kill any bears. Hopefully, if I do, I had to use a shotgun or a 45. Tinker's wife, bad dog owners leading their dogs running packs here has been a problem this last year. Pack mentality and dogs are dead. Oh, please don't get me. You know what, Tinker's wife? You know, like I tell people about dogs. You know, like I say, I'm a mailman. I've been bit quite a few times, but I've been attacked a lot of times, and it's by packs. People shouldn't be. Some people shouldn't be dog owners. They will get them dogs and keep them when they puppies. They think they're cute, and when the dogs get big, they'll take them to the local park and they'll let them go. And eventually, since my route was pretty close to a park in the lake, they would drift down. They would sort of start easing back down. And many of them stray dogs, they try to attack the mailman. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the color of the uniform or the bird on the bag. I don't know, but they always seem to come down. My station was number 1 in the city with dog bites. Well, because people would get those dogs and they let them go. Then they pack up. Now over by the TV station, we had little woods over there, and this guy, he used to feed the dogs, and the dogs will all be over there. It'd be like 14, 15 dogs, and they will all be over there. He'll feed them. Yep, he died now. They named the street after him, but anyway, that's another story. But yeah, I know what you mean about people letting their dogs just roam wild and they just gone. Use your cold steel for bears. Yeah, bears are all right. You know, I don't have no problem with them because I don't deal with them. I know how dangerous they can be. Yeah, I guess it come from when I was zoo. You know, I don't know, but here in the city, they take the classes to the zoo when I think about the 3rd or 4th grade. To the zoo, see the lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my, yeah, and the monkeys on Monkey Island, and I seen that bear. We had this one bear. He was on. They had him like outside on these rocks and stuff like that. And when he stood up, he was a grizzly bear, I think, because he was brown. When he stood up, I was in awe. I'm gonna just say it like that. I have never seen something so big and so dangerous in my life. Even polar bears weren't that big and dangerous when I looked at them, but this bear, I said, I don't never want to get attacked by that. That's like something out of a science fiction movie. There are wolves again in Oregon on the east side of the state. Yeah, wolves are dangerous. Like I say, they mind. Wolves are dangerous. They smart too. See, you talk about dogs are smart. You know, some dogs are really smart, but wolves are twice as smart as dogs. Really. Bigfoot is my worry in mountains. There are many shows documented these days on Bigfoot. Yeah, Bigfoot worked for the space aliens. He does. But it's Bigfoot, yeah, like I say, basically, I think Bigfoot, I thought it was more toward Oregon, out that way, the Washington, Seattle, Washington, the state of Washington, stuff like that. But they say they see them over in West Virginia, down in the valleys too, in Virginia, down there. I've seen Bigfoot. Even though we had this one guy played basketball for my high school, we used to call him Bigfoot. I don't know why he didn't have big feet. Just this was a big guy. They call him Bigfoot. Yep. Tinker's wife. Oh wow, that's terrible. I'm with you about dog ownership. The stories I can tell living in the poor areas. Shake my head. Yeah, I can tell you dog stories. I can tell you dog stories, the people stories. I can tell you a story about the homeless. I mean, in the city, you see some of everything, especially if you on the streets every day. It's crazy. I do so much. I mean, sometimes the police be pulling up to me asking me where this house at. It was just crazy out there because it's just so dangerous, though. Ohio has the most fighting in the U.S. of aliens and Bigfoot. Yeah, we got a big alien presence up here because we got water. I don't know what it is that the aliens seem to love water. And then we got Area 52, which is Wright Patterson Air Force Base. So a lot of people don't know that's the Area 52. They supposedly took the aliens from 51 to 52, and then one alien was still there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't. It just y'all can spend hours just talking about aliens and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody caught a picture of Bigfoot on any game camera. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, maybe they did. Maybe he's smart enough to erase the film. I don't remember. I don't know. Like I said, I never seen a Bigfoot. But then again, I don't go out in the woods like that. I'm basically state park, or a private park. We got a lot of private parks up here. People got their own little land and they rent out camping areas and stuff like that. We got a lot of that up here in Ohio. A lot of private parks, and if things go bad, that's what everybody's going to be running to. All these state parks and stuff like that. Aliens looking for preppers. Yeah, okay. I don't think they want to deal with preppers. The aliens looking for people that they control. They can't control preppers. But I have seen a couple of UFOs. I have never seen a UFO. I would love to see a UFO. Back in my younger days, when I used to do a lot of riding on the road and stuff like that, a lot of visiting. Like I said, I would visit a lot of colleges. They see my friends. But when I graduated high school, we all kept in touch. And since I had a car, I would go around and I would say, "Yeah, I'm on my way home. Where you at? University of Dayton, Miami of Ohio. Okay, I stop by, pick up a couple of friends, and we'll zoom on back up to Cleveland and." Never seen nothing on the road. Seen some strange things on the road. Seen a seen a moon at eye level driving by me. Somebody mooned me before, but that was the strangest thing I ever seen. Bigfoot roams the forest here. He might. I don't know. Like I say, I didn't ever see the Bigfoot, but it's the stories out there about him. I mean, I think y'all got monuments out there. But Seattle does to Bigfoot. Let's see, Portland has a plague of homelessness. It's very sad. Yeah, you know why? Because most of those people that's homeless in Portland came up from Seattle. Seattle and California. They migrating toward the Canadian border. I guess they're trying to get across the border, and I guess they're getting stopped, and so they're gonna hang out and camp out up in Portland for a minute, and then they're going to try to go across the Canadian border. Same thing like the people that's coming up from Venezuela. They going to camp out in Mexico and a few other cities until they get a chance to sneak across the border. It's crazy. Let's see. Meth head, dope growers, and occasional moonshiners are more dangerous than critters you run across. Yep, that's why I was saying if you go out in the woods, you might come across some criminals or some homeless people, some ruthless people. Because right now, you don't have to deal with it like that much. But if you like in the city here, I deal with a lot of zombies. A lot of zombies. I mean, most of them I don't deal with it anymore like I used to. But when I used to go to the gas station, they'd be all standing around out in front of the gas station, looking for a handout, or just staring at you. I don't know if y'all ever experienced that. You just go pull up a gas station, you want to go fill your car up, and you go in the gas station and they just standing around. I mean, that's something I never understood. Why are you standing around? Get a job. But they can't get a job because they too coked up. They could never pass the drug test. Aliens beam up preppers and change their DNA. No, they ain't gonna beam us up. They would take us, they would come down and walk us into the ship. We learned that Bigfoot works for aliens on the $6 million man long ago. Yeah, well, they created him to protect their area. But you know what? See, now, the lizard people who consider themselves non-alien that was here before us, that's the lizard people, the aliens that's not aliens. They live in them caves. They live in places that we don't know. I mean, we see them. We don't know that they live in there. But it's a lot of caves. They say they got a whole kingdom up under the earth. They say the earth is not hollow. They say, but it's got a lot of pockets, stuff like that. And they don't have another sun under the earth, but they do have crystals that light up, that causes light. But that's a whole different thing on the aliens. Yeah, I don't, because I know the Hubble. The International Space Station took some pictures of some objects flying back and forth between the Earth and the Moon, and then all of a sudden the International Space Station just went dark, and it never goes dark. It was dark for about a couple of hours, and then it came back on, and then all the little stuff flying back and forth was gone. And that happened about a month ago, but I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Sandra J. Adventures Outdoors. I already stopped by for a visit. I have to go out and shovel 8 inches of snow right now. Okay. All right. Hope you got a snow blower because I can't shovel 8 inches of snow right now. I mean, back in my day, I used to go out and make extra money shoveling people's snow when I was younger. Urban Papa got the beam up and alien changed his hat to Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland. Yeah, this is the Browns. I put this on because of the Super Bowl. Super Bowl Sunday, they got Kansas City and Tampa Bay. Now, I'm rooting for Tampa Bay because of the old guy. You don't know who that is, Brady. Now, I never liked him when he was in New England. But as soon as he go to Tampa Bay, I like him. I don't know. I just fickle that way. Yeah. Okay. Well, look here. I'm going to try to wrap this up in about another 7 to 8 minutes because I've been on a while. It says, no, Seattle has a worse problem than Portland. Many of our veterans and some of our travelers who want free will in life, the worst are families who lost their homes with rent rate. Oh, man. You haven't seen nothing yet. Soon as they stop paying this or take this moratorium off of the rent thing, before the rent thing happened, I seen three families get put out because of non-payment of rent because the guys lost their jobs. I mean, they worked at restaurants. One lady worked at a bar, the other guy worked at a restaurant, and they're closed. They out of business. They never coming back. And then how can you pay anything if you ain't got anything? But that's the way it is. This is, like I say, for some people, this is a shit hit the fan situation. For others, it's just a bump in the road. But like I say, we all in this together. The phone keeps changing my words. Okay, I like aliens. Have anyone seen the movie Mac and Me? Yeah, I see Mac and Me. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, see, that reminded me a little bit of E.T. E.T. was good, he liked candy too. But I also seen V, If anybody seen V, yeah, yeah, but the aliens are out there. But you know, when they do decide to do whatever they're gonna do, it'll be too late. They ain't gonna have nothing to do with because see, we ready for them. Dad was friends with Ken Arnold, the pilot who first saw UFOs and coined the term. Really? Wow, that was I think that was in the late 40s, you know, right after the war. UFOs. Wow, you really saw UFOs. Like I said, I've been around a long time. Never. Only thing I seen was lights in the water. I mean, in the lake, but that could have been anything, you know. Lights in the water could have been somebody dropped a flashlight in the water and stuff like that. But my eyes could have been playing tricks on me because I was over by the nuclear plant. I don't know. Out, y'all. Take care. Be safe. All right, T-Word. I'll see you later. Yeah, I love alien movies. I love them. I mean, all of them don't blow us up. Rickshaw, Philippines. Howdy, folks. Man, wow, Rickshaw. I haven't heard from you since American Life in Philippines. Wow, how you doing, man? I gotta come visit your channel. I haven't been over there in a while. Hey, Grandpa, my battery's getting low. I'll catch up with you later. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up in about another 3 or 4 minutes, because I usually don't be on over an hour, but I already been on almost an hour and a half, which is really good because I started to drift. Like I say, I drift a lot. You know, I can do that. I can say I had a senior moment, but basically, like I said, for those who just came in, survival takes strength. You got to stay strong. You got to have a healthy body and a healthy mind. I know it's not easy for some of us, like me. Like I tell you, I'm a handicapped. You know, I don't think I'm handicapped. I would say I'm more disabled than handicapped because I do have arthritis, and that's something I just have to learn to live with. You know, I had to learn to deal with the pain. I had to, you know, like I said, if I had to walk long ways, I wrap my knees. You know, I carry ace bandages and stuff like that. I'm talking about a couple of miles. I ain't talking about walking through the store, nothing like that. But you got to do what you can, and you got to have a plan. You know, if you had to leave and go out there in the world, and things go bad, you had to leave your spot where you have all your supplies. Be prepared. You know, be prepared. And look, when you out there and you do decide you want to go in the woods, just try not to be in the woods. I mean, get you a spot. You know, and watch out for stuff like snakes, ticks. You know, they got rats in the woods too. People don't believe me. They got rats in the woods. Then, like we was just talking about, they got bears and all kinds of stuff in the woods. See, me, I'm not good in the woods. I'm not very good in the woods. So I'm just saying, if you do have to go and you decide that's your route you want to go, be safe. All right, then. All right, people, I'm going to have to wrap this up, and I'm going to let everybody go. Tinker's wife, you be safe up there in Oregon. I mean, I didn't know you had a lot of Bigfoots up there. No, I know. I mean, but you got bears. I mean, I know you got bears. I know you got bears, and Freehandly May, she got bears. But I didn't know they had bears in Florida. Wow, that's I learn something new every day. All right, then. I'm out of here. You guys stay safe. All right.